Hello, welcome to Bluejay Chat. I'm your host, Nathan Meyer. Alongside me, as always, Dr. John Sample. John, we got first for Bluejay Chat.
We sure do. I've brought two guests, and this is the leadership team from Kate Goodrich Elementary. We've got Alex Meshik and Amy Stutstream with me today.
Thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having us.
Glad to be here.
So John, this is a little bit of a first too for Bluejay Chat because normally we do this the day after the board meeting, but today we're doing it the day of the board meeting because you have other places to be.
Right, we had to move the board meeting from its traditional Wednesday to a day earlier because Brian Dasher, Glenda Ojensky, and John Smith, board member John Smith, we are attending the GFOA Finance Conference in Chicago. And so that's very important. It plays well into our smarter spending, how we prioritize our spending. And so we figured we're going to go down there and hear it right from the experts. And so it happens from time to time. We have to move something that's been scheduled for almost a year, but it works. So we'll have the board meeting tonight, and we'll talk about the things that will come tonight instead of what happened afterwards.
Right, because we got a general idea of what's going on, including our recognitions, which we always get to.
Correct, and with our recognitions for this board meeting tonight, we're going to recognize all of our new teachers. They're going to show up about a half hour before and get to meet the board members. That's always a real great time, and we've got a number of Bluejays in this new teaching group. I know we've chatted about it before. We've got some Merrill High School graduates that are joining us in our teaching staff, and so we'll welcome them tonight with a very informal reception, as well as our new administrators, and then we're going to also recognize Colleen Schultz for all the great work that she's done out at Maple Grove. We always appreciate our volunteers, and Colleen is an exceptional volunteer. And she's doing some great work with the students of Maple Grove, so she'll be recognized too.
Right. And speaking of our new administrators, obviously we've got two of them here. Mm-hmm. And obviously you guys have started like July-ish. Mm-hmm. How has it been so far now that the students are all there, and just kind of how is working together, because this is a first for Kate Goodrich having two a principal and an associate principal. How is that working out between you two?
Absolutely. So starting in July, we always want students there. I think as administrators, we always kind of look for our students to get there. Planning is great, but we want the kids to be there and the families to be engaged in the work that we do. We've started out great at Kate Goodrich, and as a team, we're efficient, productive. I think it's great that our staff and our students and families have two people that love their kids and work incredibly hard to make sure that our kids are successful at Kate.
Yeah, we've both talked, and when we heard about wanting to be available to the staff and be there for the students, and in the first 3-4 weeks of school here, we've seen those needs, which allows Amy to step out of the building if she needs to and still have an administrator there, which I think is really powerful for our staff to know that they have that support, and the students too, if they need to reach out or need some help outside the classroom, that we can be there for them. But again, off to a great start. I'll echo what Amy said. We had a great supply drop-off and great parent involvement in the numbers that we had, which is really wanted to be a focus of ours for this year, to get our parents involved in the school as much as possible. And we're looking forward to some upcoming events that we have that will get some parents in the building as well.
Like, what kind of events are we talking here? That way parents can kind of feel hyped and ready for this.
So we have a lot of great things. We have Picture Day here today at Kate Goodrich, and we have parent volunteers helping out with that. We have our wonderful family night coming up Thursday of this week, where we're doing literacy night and talking about Title I. We also have the display and the kind of production behind the Great Mural Project at Kate Goodrich, so community members can come. Families can come and meet the artist who did our mural, who started it at Kate, get to see the mural, have some snacks, get to a place where the community can come and be engaged with each other.
What Amy and Alex are doing too is not just family involvement, but it's family engagement. And that's taken family involvement to the next level. It's nice that they're in our buildings. That's one barrier that's removed, but they're actually engaging families. And so I'm very excited with the things going on at Kate Goodrich and the opportunities our parents have. Right,
and that's obviously something that we as Bluejays want, is to let the flock come into the nest and see what's going on, instead of just sending their kids to us and not knowing what's going on inside the walls.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. It's a great place to be, and if you haven't seen the mural project, you're really missing out. I'm unfortunately going to miss meeting the artist because I'll be gone, but hopefully there will be a lot of photos, and I'll be able to catch up with everybody once I return.
Perfect. So one of the things we like doing with our the new people on Bluejay Chat is letting the audience get to know you guys personally, and just kind of figuring out where you've been and what kind of experience you bring. So Alex, we'll start with you. Just kind of give us a little bit about yourself.
Sure. I have been in education for 9 years now. Started my career in the Milwaukee area, and then moved back to central Wisconsin, which is where my wife and I really wanted to, make our home. And so Merrill has been an opportunity for her to work as a professional. And when this opportunity arose to be an associate principal at Kate, it was something that really sparked my interest, and I wanted to do more for in education in my career. And Kate, I'd heard so many great things, and it was a school that was on the edge of making some great gains, and I wanted to be a part of that. So Merrill has been very welcoming the last 2 months since I've again been here, and really looking forward to what is to come.
And where did you graduate from?
I graduated high school.
High school and college.
I grew up in the La Crosse area,
Okay.
so central Wisconsin. I've lived here now for about 8 years, and I went to college at Winona State, across the river in Minnesota, and then I recently earned my master's degree through Viterbo University.
All right. Amy, let's go with you next.
So I grew up in central Wisconsin. I got my undergraduate degree from University of Wisconsin-La Crosse. I actually moved to Minneapolis and started my career in education there for about 17 years. I got the chance to have a lot of different opportunities to work in a military academy, charter schools, alternative programs. Ended up earning my master's in special education with an emphasis in emotional behavior disorders. And that kind of brought me back to Wisconsin. I worked at Lincoln Hills and Copper Lake schools in Irma, which is where I met a lot of great community members from Merrill, and kind of piqued my interest in the community that Merrill had to offer. And then I worked in Wausau, was a principal there, and opened a Tier 3 program for students who really struggled with some behavioral and trauma needs. And ended up here in Merrill, meeting some of the people that I got to work with at Lincoln Hills, and meeting some other great community members. Being offered the opportunity to be the principal at Kate Goodrich has been a dream come true. I think our families and our students are phenomenal. It is a wonderful facility. Our campus is great, and we have a lot of great goals and action plans that we're going to put into place this year to make sure all of our students succeed.
Perfect. And I like hearing that things are going good at Kate Goodrich, because obviously it is one of our newer schools, first off. Second off, I was a graduate there, the first full class to go through. So.
And things have gotten so much better since you
They have.
went to the middle school.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
Hey.
There's some great things going on at all of our buildings, especially Kate. I have not gotten out like I wanted to thus far this early in the school year, but there's going to be a time where I'm going to be able to be visible in the buildings, but I'm hearing great things, and of course seeing it as I kind of keep my finger on the pulse of what's going on. So there's very, very exciting things happening at Kate Goodrich.
Right, and obviously there's exciting things going on throughout the school district. We'll talk a little bit about homecoming coming up. Does the elementary schools partake in any homecoming events at all? Or?
Yes, we do, and we're very excited that we have the homecoming parade coming through all the elementary schools. Next Friday, the October 4th, they're going to be coming through. We're going to wear blue and white to support Merrill area Bluejays, and our kids are really excited. We all kind of get into the festivities, even though we're not the high school. We're a part of the community, and our kids are excited for the homecoming events.
Yeah, looking forward to that. I know, having worked in high schools and middle schools and elementaries, it is really great to see the little ones all the way through your seniors and staff, and have everybody have an opportunity to get involved with those festivities, as it's really about community, and it's about being proud to be a Bluejay. And I think a lot of our kids, they say my dad was a Bluejay, and that's really cool to see a 5-year-old say that they're a Merrill grad, and now their kids are coming through the school system.
Right, and John, obviously you've been here for 12 years now, right? 12 years?
12 years.
Yes.
This is my 12th year.
Yeah, so this will be a fun one for you, huh?
Oh, it's always great. In fact, it's going to be next year that I'll be able to shake the hands of those students that were kindergartners when I started.
Right.
And so, I remember a lot of them from my role as director as well as superintendent, and it's always special. As you know, each graduation is rather sentimental for all of us, and so homecoming is when things ramp up a little bit. I think that's the first dose of school spirit we get, and of course we finish it off with you and I calling the homecoming game.
Yep,
Hopefully it'll be warm.
That's right. We'll be calling the homecoming game at, I don't know, is it projected to be warm next Saturday, or?
No, it's going to be cool.
All right, we're going to have another cool game than like last year, huh?
That's right.
At least it's not like that first year where it was almost 90 degrees.
Yeah. We go from very warm to very cold.
Yeah, but we'll be calling the game. Looking forward to some good things from that.
Tonight should be a fairly original,
I'm about to say,
uniform meeting.
I was about to say, I'm looking at the agenda. I'm assuming it's not going to take long. We did have the budget meeting, the annual budget meeting, about a week ago.
Yeah, we had our annual meeting, and we actually had participants from the community there, and so I think our attendance was up 900% over what it was the year before, with 9 people from the community that were not administrators or teachers. So it went well. The one thing we will be talking about tonight, though, is we've restructured the way the administrative leadership team does business. We're always trying to get better with our meetings and more efficient with our meetings, because we need our building leaders to be in the buildings where they serve the teachers and the students, just like we don't want to pull a whole bunch of teachers out throughout the entire school year, because they need to be in front of their students. And so we're trying to get more efficient with that. The cabinet has actually gone to a professional learning communities model of how we meet, and it's tightened things up a lot better. There's only so many hours in the day, and we need every single hour that we can get, and so we're just becoming much more efficient with the way we tackle things. Our administrative leadership team meetings now are dedicated to professional development, because great leaders are not born, they're developed, and so we get that. And so we try to impart strategies, and we all learn from each other that way. And then, of course, we focus on our district scorecard, which is what we hold ourselves to and hold ourselves accountable. And then the board can see our progress as well as the community. So, yeah, very exciting. I like the structure of this year. I think it's much more succinct, much more efficient. And so I'll be sharing that tonight on my superintendent's report.
All right, last question for everybody here, including John. I'm going to throw you in this. If you could describe the Merrill Area Public Schools school district in one word, what would it be?
Efficacious.
Which means
Which means understanding that there's always growth, but making sure that we always know our vision and making sure that we achieve that, and there's no excuses for not, and that hard work.
All right.
My word would be committed. I've seen from our leadership, our administrative team, teachers, community members, everyone is committed to providing the best opportunities for our students.
Amy took my answer, but I would say family. You know, within a family, there are certain expectations, and everybody has a role. And sometimes families may not get along, but we overcome that. We understand the true mission is for our students, and so we put everything aside, and all of our energies go to our students and their achievement on both the social emotional level as well as the academic level. So the Bluejay family is something that I just don't use those words lightly. It's something I truly believe in, and so I would say family.
And I would agree with you, John. Family has definitely been what this group has been, and not just for the teachers and the staff and all that, but even for the students, both past and present.
Right.
It's just been something that we can all connect on, and this community is I would say a lot more special than any other community in the entire United States.
Yeah, there's a lot of community engagement, and we can't do this. We're a community school district, and so the community knows that they are not only a part of our school district, but they play a major role in the success of our students.
Well, I think that about does it. Amy, Alex, thank you for joining us today.
Thanks for having us.
John, this was a good pair. We got anything else coming up that we need to know about?
Not that I can think of, and this is a great pair. Very, very proud of the work they've done so far. I saw Amy this summer. I think you were here for probably 12-hour days. Once Alex came on board, they've just been so engaged and truly have the heart of our students and our teachers, doing great things at Kate, and I can't wait to see every passing week. I hear better and better things, and so really looking forward to every day of this school year. Yeah.
Quick on the spot, can you tell us who our guest is next month?
Somebody from central office.
All right.
Right now, it's all based on availability. Everybody's so busy, and we've got our own conferences and our own trainings, and so I'll bring in somebody from central office, and it'll be somebody different.
I was about to say, hopefully someone new that we haven't seen.
It'll be somebody new. Yeah,
We've got a lot of new staff around. so-
welcome our newest Bluejays to the nest, and so that's what I'll plan on for next month.
All right. Well, for Dr. John Sample, for Alex and Amy, thank you for joining Bluejay Chat, and we hope to see you at homecoming.
Fantastic. A new record's been set.
New record's
You guys
been set.
rocked it.
All right.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you for joining us.
You guys had something at 10, right?